Hello, my friends. Amy with Campbell Creations, and today I'm super excited. I get to work with my own stash. Yep, my own stash. It's been a very long time since I have done a design just from my stash, minus a bead. I needed that bead. Anywho, this is a special project. I'm making 3 bracelets, and they are with someone special in mind. My boyfriend's daughter is having her homecoming. She's doing her homecoming, and her dress is fuchsia. So I'm going to make a few bracelets for her. She can either, choose 1 or 2 that she wants, or she can have them all, whatever's fine. Cool thing is, her wrist is just about the same size as mine. So if she doesn't like one of them, hey, I have a bracelet, right? So let's get into it. I'm really excited. There's a lot going on here, right? A lot going on. I'll talk about each one as I'm doing them. And so I think for the first one, it'll be the double strand. Okay, so I'm going to make a double strand and then 2 triple strands. And so for this double strand, what I'm looking for is all these, let me go back. All of the wire that I'm using today is cut to about 7 inches, and I am using Soft Flex Satin Silver Fine. And for the first one, what I'm thinking of is I want to make a shorter, bracelet part, the beaded part, and then I want to use this little beauty here to take those 2 strands and connect it down to 1 strand, and then I'm going to use this beautiful little bar, and that will connect to our, I think I want to use this one, yep, our little toggle. And look at this little toggle. I got this toggle from beadboxbargains.com, and I love it. It's 18 karat gold plated, and so that's what I'm looking to do for this one. I think it's going to be really cute, and I have a lot of dangle options that we'll be talking about as well. So let's jump right into it. So right now she is at her volleyball game, and I am missing it. I'm primarily missing it because I twisted my ankle this morning. Ugh. I twisted my ankle, and it's bumming me out today. I'll be fine. It's the same ankle that I had a big sprain on about 10 years ago, and it's just weak. And so, anywho, I'm staying home tonight, and so I'm going to go ahead and knock this out. Homecoming's tomorrow night, and after her game, she's going to come by and pick them up. Yep. Okay, so for the first one, I did take a bead from this month's bargain bead box because I really wanted this bead. It's going to be the center focal for one of the 2 strands for this bracelet. And so I wanted to double the bead caps on it. I thought that would look really cute. She's wearing black heels. She has gold earrings that she's already wearing, and her dress is sparkly and fuchsia. So yeah, I think some mixed metals would be awesome. So what I'm thinking is, I think I'm going to do, I think I might want one of these. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a triple. So I'm going to do a 3mm gold bead cap with my gunmetal 6mm. And the gold is almost that size. It's not quite 8mm, I wouldn't say, but it is close, but it's just enough to just peek out there. I think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So we're going to pop that on both sides of this beautiful bead. Love this guy. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the focal on this. I knew what I was looking for the bracelet, but I wasn't sure on the focal. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just borrow from you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So from here, I'm going to be pulling in some of my little gold hematite 3mm or 2mm plated disc spacers. I'm also going to be pulling in my little square beads that are rainbow plated. So I'll be doing those. I have these little bicones, and those are the rainbow bicones. Those I get from Hobby Lobby. And then I have some Preciosa Fuchsia 4mm AB bicones. I have some of these. These came from Beadbox Bargains site as well quite some time ago. I have barrel beads like this as well. And then I have some 6mm Preciosa AB bicones. So, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. A lot going on. And actually, I think for this one, Let me take a step back. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, I don't know how to work for my stash. I just never get to do it. I'm so excited that I'm fumbling. So excited that I'm fumbling. All right, so I'm going to put one of these on. And so these just have that little bit of etching. They're 4mm instead of 3, but I need to go the right way. You know. And then for real, we're going to get into this. Because I need to get these done, and then I need to do a little bit of something with myself before they get here. So on each side of this, I'm wanting to do one of the little preciosas, and then I'm going to go into these, and then I will do a little series. So from here, I think I do want a little bit of color pop. So I'm going to put on one of our little spacers, and then I'll do that bicone. So cute. I love that. Then I'll do another little spacer. And I think I want to bead cap these, and I think I'll use those ones, the 4mm. So I'll come in here with the 4, and we'll bead cap this guy. Yeah, that's super cute. Super cute. And then I think I'm going to go into these. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 on each side of these. These are going to be bead capped, and in between them, I'm wanting one of these bicones. And so I'm going to do one of these little mini bicones. Super simple. It's not going to be a tough thing at all. Come on, Amy. Okay, bicone. And then I'm going to come into bead caps with our little octagons. I think I have a favorite on these 3, but I'll wait till I get them done, and then I'll see if I still think that one's my favorite. We'll see. Especially, okay, so here's the thing. I think I have a favorite, but I think a different one is the one that's going to be her favorite. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to do that same thing on this other side. And I just love those rainbow spacers with that preciosa. It is, or with that fuchsia. So cool, right? Just so cool. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, and then I'll bead cap this with the 4mm. Do I have another 4mm in here? He's unaccounted for. One sec. I'll get a couple of them just in case. Oh, hey, I got him out too. All right, so we will bead cap the end of him, and then we'll go into those bicones. Yeah, that's super cute. Super cute. Are these the same size? I thought so. I have all these different ones out. I have lots and lots going on here. Okay, so I'm going to just bead cap these 2 octagons, then we'll move on to that other strand. And I think it's fun too because I got out some of my jump rings that are that same rainbow. So I think that'll be fun. Just add a little fun to the elegance of these because I do want them to be elegant, but I want them to also be fun. I want them to be trendy. I want them to be cool. You know, she's 17. I want them to be cool. Okay, so here is the first strand. I think that's cool. I really do. Okay, and for the second strand. For the second, it's going to be like uber simple. What I'm wanting to do is I have some more of my little crystals, my here. They come in here. And they are these deep plum looking ones. It's almost purple, but it's like that pink hue, and so that reminds me of fuchsia. Fuchsia reminds me of like a hot pink purple combined. And so those are the ones I'm going to be pulling in for this strand. So what I'm wanting to do is a little series. And with that series, I want one of our rainbow disc spacers, one of these baby bicones, and a rainbow disc spacer. And then I'm going to pop on one of our little 4mm AB Preciosa bicones. And then I'm just going to do the same thing. That little spacer, bicone, spacer, but I'm going to pop in a fuchsia AB. Okay, so I'm just going to do this all the way up. We'll get this closed up, and then we'll work on those connections and see for sure what I want to do with those connections. Isn't it such a big deal, and doesn't it make such a change whenever you are designing with someone specific in mind? You know, oh, it is so good. It is so good. It's so much more exciting. And you know me, I love playing with my beads. I love designing. I love creating. But to add that extra dose of happiness to it, it's hard to even put into words, actually. And boy, I hope she likes them. So this little series is so simple, but this little spacer with the bicone in between, and then that pop of an AB bicone, whew, I think it's just stunning. I'm so used to my mind wanting to, you know, add this and do this and stack this and layer this, because that's just what it does. When something really simple ends up coming together, I'm like, oh, hey, how about that? Because a lot of times, I'll tell you, even if I am planning to do something very simple, like I'm going to do a very simple design with this, it's going to be very simple, I just want a little bit of this or that, then my little sparks happen and I'm like, ooh, but what about this? Ooh, what about this? I tell you. Okay, I'm out of my little rainbows. I'm going to take some from up here. Okay, and then our last little bit, and then let's verify that we're good on the length. Okay, so here is what we're looking at for that second strand. Isn't that just so pretty? Very simple, but I love how the bicone just like pops in there, right in that little spacer. And so I think it just goes so well. I think it's absolutely adorable. Oh, well, I got a little excited, didn't I? I think, well, here, let me see. There we go. I'm going to alter it to where it's like this, right? So that way the fuchsia is across from the regular AB. Okay, so to do that, how do I want to do that? Well, first let me do the overall measurement. So if I did it this way and I added this, so I'm trying to account for spacing that would be with our clamshell connector. Okay, so here, and then here, and then our toggle below that. We would be at not quite 6. I did get out a couple more of these. I thought I was going to use them for dangles. We may add another one to each side, actually. May do that because I'm looking at about 6.5 to 6 3/4. If it ends up being 7, that's okay. That's okay if it's 7. I wouldn't want it to go over 7, but I don't want it to be under 6.5. So Let's add one of these to the end and see what that size looks like. Ooh, what if? Ooh. I just had an idea. Hold on. Yeah, let's try it. Because I got out some extra bicones somewhere for dangles. Maybe it's these. Yes, those. Okay, what if we do a bicone in the center here and we do like an every other down here instead of just doing 3 of those going down? Yeah, let me do that. We'll see what that looks like. And what the size is, of course. Let's just see. Yeah, that's cute. It almost makes me think I need to end though with one of these. But I don't. It should be fine. So let's just see where we are. Okay, and there we go. We need one on that other side. Oh, no, I added it. Okay. So, let's see where we are. No way. Seriously? Okay, so here's what I would like. I would like it to be like this. So I'm going to take from one side and I'm going to add it to the other side. And it's okay, I'll bring in one of our fuchsia and add a fuchsia to this other end. So that way when they're across from each other, they're offset. So let's see. I'm such a fan of offset. I'm just such a fan of offset. Yeah, see, so the clear is across from that fuchsia. And the fuchsia aren't just like right there across from each other. Okay, let me measure just to be sure. Like right at 4.5. Okay. And right at 4.5. I can't believe that. I mean, I'm not upset, that's for sure, but wow. I think this might be one bead short. Maybe let's do a little gold pop at the bottom. Just a little something something. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, here we go. So let's end these. Grab a couple bead bugs. Bring a couple of these down. And we will knock that out. Stop your turning now. Beautiful. 'Beautiful. I'm excited. 'Beautiful. 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 ' to be too stiff. So I'm going to roll it up in my hand, and I'll just pull up a little bit as I crimp that down. Woohoo! That's a pretty good size extra. Saving that. Okay, strand number 1. So for this one, I definitely want to use those rainbow jump rings because there's so much rainbow going on in here. I think that'll be just adorable, and I think it'll look kind of elegant even with our findings that are that 18 karat gold plated. Bring him up and close him off. And these clamshell connectors are also 18 karat gold filled. So that way she doesn't have to as much worry about that tarnish. So we'll knock out this other side. I wish I would have gotten more toggles that is like the one that I'm using for this bracelet, because I pulled that toggle out. I had forgotten about it because I had it in its own special little container. And so I had forgotten about it, and I was super happy to see it. I was like, oh, like, you know, it came out at the perfect time then, right? That's my thought on when things happen like that. Like, I would have obviously definitely used it before now if I would have remembered it. And so I'm glad I didn't, so that I could use it for this. So, yep. I chuck it up too. It was supposed to be that way. I know. My whole life, people have told me I am far too optimistic. I've always been glass half full kind of gal. And in situations where there's a lot to cry about, doing everything possible to focus on what can be laughed about or smiled about or be thankful about. And I think it was meant to be. Okay, here we go. So let me put this up here. Okay, so these two I want to connect like this. And this will connect to the bar. Ooh, let me measure. Wouldn't it be cool if I did one itty bitty little link that had one of these crystals on it right in between there? Oh, that would be cute. Yeah, let's see if I can add length or not. All right, so here we go. Let's get these out. I think that'll be adorable. I am going to start at minimum once a month doing something from my stash. You guys just wait. Oh, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of my bead room. I am. I'm in the middle of finishing just a tad bit of reorganizing. I mean, we're all constantly reorganizing, right? That's just what we do. As soon as everything gets organized, you know, in a new way, then we start thinking, ooh, but what if I did this? So what I'm looking to do is more of, instead of, like right now I have my own like curated boxes, like of green, for example. Okay, but I keep the gemstones with the gemstones, the check glass with the check glass, and the crystals with the crystals. Okay, but then I still kind of curate them on what greens I think go well together, what, you know, would mesh well with other colors in a design, that kind of stuff. And so instead, except for my super specials, instead I'm going to have one big container that is just green gemstones. And actually, when I had started that process, I was like, ooh, I think I need a couple for green. So I might have a couple big containers that is like just green gemstones, and then a container that is green, that is like all my check glass and all of my other, you know, beads. And then a container that like I've already finished, the one that's all just clear crystals and crystals with AB. And it is chock full. If I get any more clear crystals, I'm going to have to start a whole new container. And it's a big container. Big. It's the big container from Walmart, the one that's kind of flat with the little rounded bottoms. So, oh, I already have those out. That's what I'm doing. Because so often I'm like, ooh, where was that one? You know, where's that one? Well, I've got all my greens together, but it's like I end up overlooking because there's just, I don't know, maybe too much going on in it or with it. So anyways, I needed to do something else, something different. And so this is going to be my new process, and we will see if it works well for me. I will keep you guys posted, but I figured, even though right now I'm not in my, you know, forever all the time bead room that's going to be at this house because we're building it, you can see kind of what's going on right now, where I'm at now, how I'm organizing. My last bead room, I took you guys through it, but I didn't show you guys how I organize. I didn't show you my, you know, nitty gritty down to the drawer by drawer. So I can do that. Okay, so on now, how do I want to do that? Here's what I was thinking. I'm now second guessing myself. So I was thinking this to this, right? I'll connect these two with the bigger jump ring, and then our toggle. But I'm almost wondering, what if I connected those two to this? No, I'm not going to do that, because you see the spacing here and not here. Of course, this isn't going to have a lot of spacing anyways because it's going to go to a singular jump ring, but no, I'm going to stick with what I was doing. Let's see what this length would be. Let me put my toggle down here and see if I have enough space to do a little bitty link right here. I'm not thinking so. I'm going to go halfway to the toggle because that's where that connection is going to be. No, because we are at 6 right now at the end of that bead, and right now we're at little over 7. Nope, don't have room, can't do it. No way, no how. No way, no how. And so then that tells me I'm not going to do such a big jump ring here. Actually, we'll just do a regular jump ring. And then, of course, it has some extra to it for that diameter, so we'll see. I'll try it on me, and if it fits me good and is just a little bit loose, then I know it'll be great for her. Okay, so let's do this side. Actually, I'm gonna do this one on this side. And then, oh, I know I have dangles. We'll have to talk about those. I just made up a bunch of dangles. I kind of had some of them in mind for certain ones, but really I just made up a lot of dangles because it was fun and I love doing that. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so we're going to connect these two together. So if we look at this, this is going this way. That's going to want 2, isn't it? I may stick with gold and do 2 babies, because I'm going to have to do 2 because of the way that connection looks. And I'm out of wiggle room. There's no wiggle room. so let's do this. I'm going to connect this one here because it goes this way. Okay, and actually, do I want to put one dangle on here? That one's cute. Well, maybe this one. I did just a couple peridot chips. Let's pop that on, and then let's go ahead and do one of these on the other side. We'll see what it ends up being. So I'll go ahead and pop that on for our connection. Oh, I knew I was slipping. Darn it, darn it, darn it. All right. Hold up. I could feel it going. Is it close too much to pop him on? Nope, nope, nope. He's good. Okay. Okay, so now let's bring this down. Let's open him up and attach that link. Where am I coming from? Underneath. So there we go. So here's what we're looking at. See, so there will be a lot of movement, okay, and I really like that part. Then down here, I'm going to have to use one of the rainbow ones just because they're a little tougher and it's right there on that toggle connection. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it like this, and then we'll just take a peek at it and we'll see where we are. And after all these are done, I may end up coming back and grabbing additional dangles and doing the thing. Oh, my bracelets that I'm wearing today. I didn't make these. So I won't have a tutorial linked. My good friend, my dear, sweet, good friend, Angela, made these for me, and they are just gorgeous. Aren't they just gorgeous? I love them. I love them. I love them. They are just so beautiful. She's just so precious. Oh, okay. Let's see. Cross your fingers. That's pretty big. Oh gosh, I love it though. I love it. What if I remove the bar and instead do a small little link that goes here? That'll shorten it up some, and it'll still give that, you know, fluid movement that it has with those two being connected together. So let me do that. Darn it, Amy. I thought I was doing good. I thought. Okay, so let me grab a little bit of wire. Okay, and let's do a wrapped loop. I'll need to remember to keep this short. Scrunch him up good. And my hands, I'm really working on not playing so much with Squirt the way that he loves, which is tickling. because it just tears up my hands. And so I'm working on it, but I miss it. I miss it. Okay, let's unhook this. And we'll just hook them together like we did on the other side, and that part, it'll be fine. It happens. It happens to us all. It most definitely happens to me. This hasn't been the first time. I just get excited and I want all the beads. Like, give me all the beads. Okay. Okay, so let me make sure. Okay, yep. There we are with those two. Okay, now on this, let's unhook this guy. I'm not going to close him all the way just yet. And then let me remove the dangles, because those are still happening. Okay. All is well. Now, it needs to be shorter than that, quite a bit shorter. So, what I'm thinking is, what if I did just like a series from like this spacer over to this spacer? That is quite a bit shorter. Quite a bit shorter. And then on the other side, yeah, let me try that. I think that might be good. And actually, what if I just do, just to be on the safe side, right? Because I can always add a jump ring. What if I just do one of these? Let's go into crystal, one of these. Easy peasy, simple as that, just a little something, something. Okay, and then we'll still use our jump rings. And it'll still give that little embellishment. It'll still be really cute. And I didn't need this much wire. I got out a 22 gauge wire. I knew I wanted it to be short. And so if I would have gotten out a 20 gauge wire, it just would have been tough for such a short little link. Oh, I'll get him. Be real careful with our little spacer there. It's a hematite spacer, but still we want to be careful. Okay, so we have a little bitty link. Just little. Oh, these are still connected on here. How about that? On there, yeah. And then let's go ahead and hook that, and then I will grab both of these, and I'm going from the side here. No. I'm gonna hook on the other one. Hold on. Amy, think it through. here. Okay, I'll close that up. Just grab the other little side of this link. Yeah, that'll be cute. That'll still be cute. Oh, did I wanted to leave the heart, didn't I? You guys, what is wrong with me? Am I nervous? Is that what's happening here? Actually, I don't think I want to go much longer than that. So, change plan. That happens. Okay, let me see what time it is actually. Yeah, I need to be hustling. Silly Amy. Okay, so let's see where we are now. Perfect. It's perfect for me. For her, if it ends up being, okay, so here, see, and I have just a little bit of wiggle room. If it ends up being a little snug for her, I can either add a jump ring, or if it's a little more snug than what I'm thinking, then I'll add this back. And it won't take me but a minute to do that. But I think if anything, it'll just be a jump ring that would need to be added. But that is just beautiful, right? And I love the little green pop here. So number one's done. Bracelet number one on the books. Okay. I am going to be more efficient now. So for the second bracelet, let's go ahead and go with this one. And I will start with that easy peasy center strand. This is going to be a triple strand bracelet. Okay. And the center strand is about as easy as they get. Seriously. Seriously, seriously. So I'm just going to knock that out super quick here, because all it is spacer, and this is an 8/0 Preciosa gold with silver lining seed bead. That is what is going to be the center strand for this triple strand. Are you seeing this come together down here though? It's so beautiful. It's like the spacing and the size of them together is so spot on and perfect. When I started playing with a couple things, I was like, psh, done. That's happening. And I think it's a perfect middleman in between these two other strands that I'm going to be doing, that I think I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way up. This is one I had done this little center strand just to make sure that it would mesh well with one other strand that I kind of partially put together. And so I do think that for these 8/0s, I'm going to use them all. And just like that, we have a center strand. Isn't that so cool? Just easy, but elegant, and it ties this together really well, I think. So I am pulling in, these are Preciosa bead caps. I got these on Fire Mountain. I will find them on Fire Mountain and I will link them below. They are amazing. Little 6mm bead caps there. These I got from beadboxbargains.com, and these little drucks are that deep rosaline with that bronze that goes through them. Lovely. Pulling those in. I have some of these that I just recently got from Beadbox Bargains website, and these are that deep rose center for the faceted bicones, and I love those so much. And then these also are from beadboxbargains.com, and these are my little drop beads. Love them. See how they have that kind of coating over them. So good, so good, so good. And then we have some bead caps. I have some of those little crystal bicones that are little crystal bicones from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so, and then I have some other little spacers that I don't know if we're going to use. Okay, so on the other strand, I'm kind of wanting these two strands to offset from each other. Okay, and so for this one, I'm going to be starting with 3 of my drop beads. Oh, yeah, I need him. Hold on. Yeah, I need all of them. Okay, so we're going to start out with 3 in the middle. Love my drop beads. Okay, we're going to put one of these little bicones in the middle. We're going to do another 3. Then I'm going to want a little bicone on each side of this because it really nestles in. So you see the way that bicone does, because these are going to pop up like this, you know, and that bicone just kind of nestles up in there. So I'll do a bicone on either side. And then I'm wanting to pull these in. Okay, and I want to stack them. All right, so I'm going to, I think, start out with the bead cap because the back of that is going to be on display. So from each side, I want 3 of these stacked on top of each other with little bead caps, and they're going to be going away. So on both sides, they are going away. And I'm going to move this strand right there. And then on this last one, I'm going to do one of those bigger bead caps on the underneath because we're going to come in then and do a series of 3 with these little drucks. So on the series of 3, I want the middle one to be fully bead capped. And which size? I think this size. I think these drucks are just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then on the other side of these drucks, I'm going to do another series of 3 facing towards the drucks of those bead caps. So I'll come right back in here. Then I'll do these little ones. Oh. And then on the end, I'll do one of these bigger. Okay. And then I'll do a little bit of something at the end. I'm thinking something real simple, like maybe do a little bicone and one of these and a bicone. That'll work. So then on the other side, we're going to do the same series. Okay, so over here, I'm going to do a bigger bead cap and then 3 of these with that smaller 3mm bead cap underneath each, or each of the first 2. And then we'll do that bigger one here on that last one. Come right in here with the druck. And then we'll bead cap the other side of that druck. Nope, we aren't. Nope, 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 we're not. We're going to do a second druck and bead cap that. So we're going to do the bead cap going away. And then one just popped there on the end. Am I out? Am I out? Am I out? Do I need more? Here's one. I'll get some more. Okay. Pop that on. And then we will come right back in with these other 3. So we'll pop that one on. Smaller bead cap. Okay, we'll bead cap that, and then we'll do that little bicone, faceted bead, bicone. Okay, now on the next strand, I'm going to offset it. So let's come in here on this offset, and I'm going to start the center like this. So I'm going to do, did I get enough? I'm going to do bead cap, druck, bead cap going away, druck, bead cap, druck, bead cap. Then we're going to come in with the rest of these guys because we're going to do one series on each side. So come in here, going towards, and then I need even more of those bead cap. No, I don't. Here we go. And then one on each end that's bigger. Come over here on the other side. Okay. And then from here, I'm just going to do these on each side. So you see how they're going to offset? So we need one of those little bicones. So we'll do a bicone, 3 of these, bicone in the middle, 3 more. I think this one looks just so like cheery, but also elegant. But cheery just kept hitting me. I'm like, this is such a cheery, like fun bracelet. Bicone in the middle, and another 3. And a bicone at the end. Like so. And then on this one, I think I want to end it differently, okay? Because we're going to need a little more space. You see this one's shorter than the other. So the way I'm going to end this one is to go, because I already have this here, so I'm going to do one of these here. And I'm going to come in with our spacers. And, ew, I needed a couple of these. So maybe I made that too long. Yeah. So then I'm going to do spacer, seed bead, spacer. Okay, and then just another one of these. And then I'm going to do a bicone at the end of that. So let's come back over here. So we have that bicone there. So let's do one of these, and then we'll do spacer, seed bead, spacer, another one of these, and our bicone at the end. Oh, there he is. Now let's look at that sizing. Then we'll close this one up and knock out the next because I need to hustle now. Okay, let's look at this sizing. Pretty good, but let's measure. Just a touch over 4 1/4. Touch over 4 1/4. Okay, now how about this guy? He's a little too long. Okay, so not a problem. That's easy enough. There we go. Okay, so on this one, I wanted to do one of these links. Okay, I was actually going to show you how to do it, but I'm short on time. So I will be doing these again soon, okay, I promise. Super easy though. You just kind of wrap them one over the other. And I was going to put that at the end and have some dangles, and then it connected to that toggle. And so the toggle for it, actually I don't think I want to toggle. I think I want to do this guy. I think that would be fun. Maybe I can get a bigger lobster claw clasp. That might help with the sizing, but give me a sec here. I'm going to hustle up and I'm going to close these up, okay? 1 sec. Okay, so here we are. I got some dangles together. So on this first one, added a couple little peridot chips and then just kind of hooked it on there so it almost looks like a leaf. Did the same thing with this guy, but I used a little 18 karat gold plated leaf on top. And then that. And this one I thought would be really cute because we're doing the heart closure. Just a little something simple there. So I wanted to connect those. I did get a bigger lobster claw clasp out, and I did put a jump ring on the end of each of these strands. So here's what I'm looking to do. I'm gonna get out a bigger jump ring here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna stick with these, and I'm gonna utilize these guys. Okay, so I still think I'm gonna need to go big. So we'll connect the 3 sides, 3 strands here. Okay, and then we will connect, let's do this one here. Oh, actually, I kind of want this guy added. Okay, making an executive decision here. I'm gonna add that guy and one of our little connector links. And we'll get that good and closed up. Make sure I keep hold of him. Okay. Okay, so here's how that connection is looking there, and here's how they are side by side. Oh, is that not so cute? Super cute. Okay, and so from here, I think for this connection, should I? Yeah, I probably should. If it's a little bit loose, then I'll bring it down to a shorter one. Okay, so I'll connect this here, and I'll go ahead from here and connect it to our lobster claw clasp. Okay, so then I'm wanting to make sure that these guys are all in line. They are. Beautiful. So on this other side, I'm going to pull in one of those bigger jump rings. Okay, grab him, and him. Okay, and then on here, I'm going to connect this little guy. I have an extra jump ring on it. Okay, so I have an extra jump ring added there. Okay, and then maybe we'll grab this guy. And he has an extra jump ring. Actually, let's add this. And then this extra jump ring. That way our dangles aren't right at that closure. Now, before I put on this other jump ring, let's just test here and see where we are. Okay. Oh, that'll be perfect. Oh, that'll be perfect. Okay. Okay. So for fun, I'm going to connect him with one of these to our heart. Okay. And one of the reasons why I want to do that is because I don't want it to be too free flowing all over that heart, you know. So from here, I'm going to make sure we are all in line, and we are. I'm going to connect to the heart. So here we are with this bracelet. So fun, right? And it wasn't difficult. I may have fumbled a little bit, but that's just my issue. So cute with the little dangles, then connected to the heart, and then here That's what our clasp is to that heart. Love it, love it, love it. So if I undo it here, then we'll knock out that other one real quick. So if I undo it, I'm connected like this. Yeah, I think that's gonna be perfect. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy. Okay. Bracelet number 2, done. So let me move some of this. Put our bracelets over here. And now it's time for me to say, I think this one will be Molly's favorite. I think this one will be Molly's favorite. I think the next one that I'm about to do will be my favorite. Okay, it's going to be a triple strand. And what I'm pulling in on this triple strand, actually let me have a second here. I have to get this cleaned up or I'm not going to be able to deal. I think we're going to need some more bead caps maybe. Okay, bring these guys in. Okay, so what I am using is some 4mm dyed agate rondelles. So we've got them guys. I have some freshwater pearls, little rice pearls in that fuchsia color. Fire Mountain Gems. These I'm pretty sure were beadbox bargains. And then I have some that's the bigger, and instead of them being point to point drilled, they're on the side. Okay, so I have 3 of those. And then I'm pulling in crystals, and these are special crystals. Actually, hold on. I'm also using some garnet. Okay, so I have some like 1mm and 3mm in garnet. Little bitty old things, just little bitty. Okay, and then these 2, and they're AB on the side. Okay, so they're 8mm discs, AB on the side, and then I have some little 2mm that are also AB crystals. Those I got from a Facebook Marketplace bead haul. And then we are bringing in Swarovski crystals. So I had 2 packages of Swarovski crystals that I have been saving and saving and saving and saving. So these are the 2, okay? And I don't think it says anything. I mean, these are old because they came from a Facebook Marketplace bead haul. And yeah, I don't even know. But I've been holding on to these for like 4 years. I have not opened those packages. So big deal. Big deal. Swarovski crystals, though, I mean, I am telling you, they are insane. Like, insane gorgeous. It's the only thing that beats Preciosa. I mean, just hands down. And then I have some 4mm bicones in the Swarovski crystals as well. And these are all AB. Okay. And then now you know why this is going to be my favorite, because it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And then just in case we need extras for dangles, these are Preciosa little bicones that I brought in. I kept them to the side, and we're going to get going on this. So I'm going to do the center strand first. Okay, so this is going to be a triple strand, and on the center strand I want one of these right in the middle, and on each side I'm going to use one of my little disc spacers, and these are the hematite plated 3mm disc spacers. These come from a local bead shop in Arizona, and so they do not have an online presence. So they do not have a website to order from. And if they did, I'd be using them all the time. All the time. Okay, so on each side of this, I am wanting one of our discs. And I don't think I want to bead cap the inside. Actually, I might want to bead cap the inside. Let me look at it. Maybe. Let me try one side. Kind of wanted it to nestle into that bicone a little more. Oh no, that's cute. I'm definitely doing that. So I'm going to, so I'm gonna, bead cap both sides of that crystal. If you hear a weird noise in the background, Squirt is in his wheel in his enclosure, and he is going to town. He's doing some serious cardio tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna do that here. Now, it's just gonna be a very simple series that goes down this center strand. And so from here, I'm just gonna be doing one of these spacers. Okay, and I am bead capping on this strand. I'm bead capping all of these. Okay, so on the focal, it's being bead capped, but on all the other crystals, they are not going to be bead capped, only these. Okay, and so it's just going to be literally in every other. And I thought this color was just perfect. And then one of these beautiful little crystals. Look at that. So beautiful. Oh my, oh my, oh my. And then we'll have on the two strands that's going to be on either side, they're going to kind of be an offset from each other, similar to that last bracelet we had done. But oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. What happens with this? With the crystal action and the pearls, it is just incredible. And these pearls on the center are going to be, and actually I think I want the big ones. I think I wanted the big ones in this. I did want the big ones. I did want the big ones. Because we're in that center strand. Yep, I want the big ones. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yep. And then let's see, if I do maybe 3, no, I'll go ahead and do 4. I'll do 4 of the pearls on each side. Oh, he has a little bitty hole. They all have little holes, but woo! There he goes. That took little bitty to a whole new level. Yeah, I think I'll do 4. So we'll do more of these. A spacer. Oh, I didn't do a spacer. Amy. Did I miss any other spacers? Okay. We'll put him on. Then we'll do another spacer. Then we'll do just one more of those pearls. Nice. Just beautiful. I'm telling you, just beautiful. And I'm going to hold off. I don't know if I want a bigger one or a littler one here to end it. I do know in the mock-up I did, I used all of the crystals, but I don't remember right off. So we're going to hang tight on that. Okay. Then I'm just going to work down the other side doing the same thing. Okay. So we're going to do the spacer, bead cap, pearl. some more bead caps. So we have 1, 2, 3, okay. And yeah, it must be. Yeah, we're gonna have one more. I'll go ahead and end with this. So we will have one of these crystals here at the end, right? Yeah. And then we'll do a little spacer. Okay, so this is our center strand. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So 1, 2, 3. I need one more, Amy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm telling you guys, I do not know what's wrong with me tonight. I am just off my rocker. I must be nervous, more nervous than I thought I was. I don't know. There's no reason to be. It's just silliness. So then we must not. I think it's a smaller one. I'm gonna wait. Let me do the other strands and then we'll see. We'll see what we'll do. Okay, so we'll set him aside and move on to the other side. So I'm wanting these to be offset. And so, yep, I'll be using all 3 of those. Okay, so to start off the first one, I'm going to have our crystal right in the middle. Okay, so crystal's in the middle and there is no bead cap on that crystal. So we're just gonna do a spacer on each side of it. And for the 2 that are flanking this crystal, there will be bead caps on them because they're going to be the bigger ones, okay, but not on the other ones. So let's bring these down. Okay, so for these bigger ones, I'm going to go ahead and do a bead cap. Okay, I'll do the same on the other side. Okay, and then from here we're going to go right into just crystal bead pretty much. Okay, so I'm going to do one of our crystals, one of our little pearls, and then another crystal on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and do that other side as well. So we're going to do that crystal, one of these, and a crystal. Okay, so that color with the gold pop is just so good, right? It's so good. So from here I'm going to put a spacer and we're going to go down to these guys. Okay, so we'll put on a little spacer. And then from here we'll do one of these. And I'm thinking I want a spacer in between these ones. I think it'll kind of give that extra little something something because they go down smaller. So let's do. Okay. Our little small crystals. And then another one of these. So here's what we're looking at so far. Now on the other side of this, okay, I'm going to do that little spacer, but I think I'm going to, let's see. Let me do the other side the same. It's just beautiful. So, for example, see how that offset happens? Isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to pop on another one of this size of crystal here. And then we'll go down. So from here, I'm not going to add any spacers because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing in a couple of our bigger 3mm garnet. Okay, so from here I'm going to do a garnet, there it is. I just really couldn't see that. So a garnet, and then I'm going to come in with these little babies. See how little? But beautiful, right? So garnet, a baby, and a garnet that same size. And then I will come in, I think, do I come in? Yeah, I'm going to come in with a spacer. And then I'm going to do crystal, garnet, crystal. That same size. I was back and forth on which way I was doing this one and which way I liked best and didn't like, so no wonder I'm having a hard time remembering what I did. I was all over the place. Yes, I really like that. Okay, so before I go down another side, I'm going to do this other side, and I'm going to also do the other strand. Okay, so from here, I'm going to do one of these. So that 4mm, and then I'm going to come into those garnet. So I'm going to do the bigger size here. So we'll do garnet, crystal, garnet, spacer, crystal, garnet, crystal. And I am going to go ahead and put a spacer on. Either way, we'll do a spacer, but I want to do that other strand and get that offset going first. Okay, so let's set our middle strand to the side. We'll get that set away. Okay, so we have this strand here. Let's come in with our next strand. And with our next strand, I'm going to do opposite. So instead of there being a crystal in the center, it's going to be our one guy here in the center with a crystal on each side. So he is going to be bead capped for that. And I do want to put a spacer on each side as well. Okay, then we're going to come right in with our crystal. Love it. Do a spacer. And then nope, I don't think I want to do any bead caps on these. So I'm just going to come from one of these on this side, one on the other. So when we're talking about that offset, we are here, okay, and it's still going to be offset from what is also in between them. So works out. Okay, So I'm going to do a crystal, and then from there I'm going to add my spacers for these guys. Come in with one of these. Then we'll put a spacer on each side and we'll do another one. One of these. Spacer for this one more. Okay, we'll do the same thing on this other side. So we're going to do one of these, then we'll start that spacer in the series. Okay, so then I'll do spacer. On each side of this guy. I'm going to need to get some more spacers out, maybe. Let's see. Another crystal. Okay, so here's where we are again. And the reason why I'm being purposeful with these is because I want that offset. I worked towards that offset because that's exactly what I was looking for. So you see how we've got that. And I just love that. Love that. Okay, so we're going to do just one more of these on each side, and then we're going to go down our size. Okay, so we'll do that crystal. Good stuff. So now we are going to come in here. Actually, I'll go ahead and do a spacer. I don't think so, actually. I don't think so. Because this one's a little different than the other one to give me that offset. And one of the size on the other side. Okay, then we're going to come in here with a few babies. Just a couple babies, actually. I think it's actually easier to see the hole on the itty bitty ones than it is to see on that level up, because with all of my lighting I have, it literally is like that hole is everywhere. I see every time I move it, the hole is everywhere. And then we'll check this on our length. I had gotten out a couple extra on these garnets, so I hope I'm not being just overly excited on the number of beads I'm putting on. Who, me? Let's put one of these at the end, because this is what I'm thinking it will be. Okay, let's see where we are. So just for these guys up against each other. Oh, Amy. Okay, so I am over by a bead, okay, on this bottom strand. Let's see where we are with our focal. See them all together? So yeah, I'm over a bead on this. Maybe a couple. Let me see if I add that disc spacer back. Then on this one, remove these, but add my disc spacer back. Okay, so let me move up a little bit, guys, here. And this gave me the closest to the spacing I was looking for that offset. And on this one here, let's see what the actual length is for each of them. Goodness, this is just gorgeous. I want to make myself one. We are just that notch over 4.5. Two notches over 4.5. One notch over 4.5. Okay, so on this one, actually we're gonna have to make them all the same. So let's just remove the last crystal on each of these two strands and add that disc spacer back, and then we should be good. Okay, so crystal's gone, disc spacer added. Okay. No. My goodness. Goodness. Well, and this has more diameter than this anyways, so I may just leave that. I'll do another check. I'm a little scattered tonight. I just really am. It's crazy. That looks spot on. It's this one that's off a little bit. This one's a little too short. So let's throw baby garnet on each of these with the spacer, and we are ready to close. Okay, so give me a sec here. I'm going to close these guys up. All right, so we are all closed up here. I went ahead and cleaned up a little bit too because that was absolutely needed. Woo, wowza. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. And I'm going to see if we can't try to make this connection. Okay, see if it'll work. So let's grab one of these. And I have a couple of those little dangles out. Okay. Okay. And from here, this guy's going this way, so I'll need another one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on, let's pop on this guy and this little cubic zirconia leaf. And then I think what I'm going to do is from here, let's get these to the side. My pliers have become magnetized, and oh boy, is that fun. Okay, I'm I'm going to get out a little one to make our connection here. Okay, so let's do that connection. Grabbing a hold of him, popping this guy on. I should have gotten out more because I think I'm going to want to do a small one to the toggle as well. Just that will be good on our length, but that'll be fun, that'll be good. Okay, so we will need one connecting these guys together. We'll put this little guy on there. Let's go from the other side. That'd be good, Amy. Now I'll go ahead. Oh, well, I'll partially close him for now. Let's unhook this one. Actually, I'll keep a hold of him. Maybe I can put him on this other side. And right now I don't want to add another jump ring. If this still has good movement, I'm wanting to put it right on. Now with it being a toggle, you want to have enough room so that it can get through, but we'll peek at it. I don't want it to be annoying for her, that's for sure. But I also don't want it to be too long. Okay, so then on this side, let's utilize the jump ring that's already on it and then kind of see where we are. Those colors of gold match perfect. Okay, so let's see where we are. Let's see. That's so pretty. Oh my. Good. So when he's connected, perfect. Look, there's not that extra room or anything there. And isn't that just beautiful? Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that bling. So gorgeous. Oh, my friends, thank you for being here with me. I was a little bit scattered on this one. I apologize for that, and I thank y'all for giving me a little grace. I really shouldn't have been scattered. That's just silliness of me. But at the same time, hey, I am excited. I'm excited that she had asked me to do this. And, you know, it's kind of a big thing for a 17-year-old girl. This homecoming is going to be a big one for her. So, look at that. Oh, I love that. Okay, so I'm going to recreate that because I want one for myself. I need one. And here are our 3 bracelets. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so fun. Ah, good stuff. These are gorgeous. Just gorgeous. My friends, I hope today is a great day for you, and I appreciate you being here with me. So appreciate you being here with me. And we'll be back here soon because I got lots to do. Until then, bye-bye.